You've heard of America's most wanted criminals, but did you know one of them was a young woman who fell in love so deeply it changed American history forever? In this video, you'll see how romance, rebellion, and psychological trauma turned an ordinary Texas waitress into one of the most feared and misunderstood women in America. This is Uncovering America's Strangest and Forgotten Real Stories. Bonnie Parker was just 19 years old in 1930, a small-town girl who loved poetry, Hollywood dreams, and dangerous men. America was drowning in the Great Depression. Banks were collapsing, families were starving, and deep inside Bonnie was a craving for escape, for love, for a life bigger than the one she was trapped in. Then she met Clyde Barrow. He wasn't famous yet, just a skinny young man with a criminal past, intense eyes, and a smile that promised adventure. Witnesses said the chemistry between them was instant, electric, almost obsessive. Within weeks, Bonnie was writing love poems about crime, destiny, and death. Friends later said she knew Clyde was dangerous and loved him more because of it. But here's what most people never learned in school. Bonnie didn't just follow Clyde. She made a choice. Letters from prison revealed her growing anger at a broken justice system and poverty she believed destroyed young lives. When Clyde was jailed early in their relationship, Bonnie smuggled a gun inside to help him escape, a decision that shocked everyone who knew her gentle past. From that moment on, the two became America's most infamous outlaw couple. Newspaper headlines turned them into dark celebrities. Photographs showed Bonnie holding rifles, smoking cigars, posing with fearless confidence, images that terrified authorities but fascinated the public. But here's where things get strange. Behind the glamorous outlaw myth was constant fear. They were always running, always hunted, always sleeping with weapons nearby. Clyde had experienced brutal prison abuse that left deep psychological scars. Bonnie suffered severe injuries in a car crash that left her barely able to walk, yet she stayed with him on the road, limping through a life of chaos and violence. And the love story? It was messy, emotional, codependent. Friends described arguments, paranoia, and a growing sense that neither could escape the path they had chosen. America saw them as villains, but letters revealed two young people terrified, lonely, and convinced they were already doomed. But what happened next shocked everyone. In 1934, after years of robberies and violent encounters, law enforcement finally tracked them down on a quiet Louisiana road. Hidden officers waited in silence. As Bonnie and Clyde's stolen car slowed, more than 100 bullets were fired in seconds. The couple died instantly, their bodies riddled with gunfire. Crowds rushed to the scene, desperate to see the fallen lovers whose story had captured the national imagination. Newspapers exploded with headlines. Some called them monsters. Others saw them as tragic rebels shaped by economic despair and broken systems. Their story sparked debates about crime, love, trauma, and how America creates its own outlaws. Because here's the truth many people don't realize. Bonnie Parker wasn't born a criminal legend. She was a young woman searching for identity, belonging, and love in one of America's darkest economic eras. And the romance that defined her life became a cautionary tale about obsession, trauma, and the dangerous power of shared rebellion. So let me ask you, do you think Bonnie was a victim of circumstance or someone who chose her fate? Comment below your theory and tell me what surprised you most about this forgotten American love story. If you love forgotten American history, you'll love what's coming next week. This was just one forgotten disaster. Want to hear about the next hidden American tragedy? Subscribe. It's coming next week.